he has a 5 milligram gummy every night before bed. He says, you know what, Jill? Let's just agree to disagree, okay? And let's call it now. And I'm going to sleep now, okay? I'm going to sleep. And I'll talk to you in the morning.
Hello and welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, and scientifically decide what things in this big wide world are good. I'm Matt Austin, and with me, as always, is passionate powerhouse Jason Doyle.
Love is in the air, Matt. Love is in the air.
Well, to that effect, JD, in honor of that perverted little cherub named Cupid, we have two very special guests here to discuss all things love, relationships, and Valentine's Day. One's beyond great on the great beyond, and the other is so close to me that she's literally tethered to my face by a headphone cord. And hopefully it doesn't impede the way I talk. That's right, they're back again, JD. It's our better halves, Rachel and Jill. Welcome to Is This Good?
You can't shake us.
Yeah.
In this case, literally. Attached to this is a very, oh brother, where art thou? Like we're chained together in this prison escape. We can't let go. I was thinking, the one difference, did we do this last year or 2 years ago?
Last year.
Last year.
It was last year.
The one difference is that we all now work in podcasting.
Oh. That's
now,
true.
I think, Jill, you were working in podcasting last year, but Rachel, were you officially working in podcasting last year?
I can't remember if I was editing the shows then or just how long before I started.
I don't think you were.
Let's go along with it. 4 podcasting professionals in the room right now. Well, we're not in the same room. Jill, as a podcasting professional, I should have asked you this before, actually. Are we allowed to say what you do or not?
Yeah, you can say what I do.
Okay. Why don't you say what you do?
I'm a podcast producer.
Same.
And it is, I guess.
Okay, what show are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on a show called The Telepathy.
The Telepathy Tapes. Have you ever heard of it, dummies out there?
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually a podcast that people listen to. I mean, you're listening to this now, but we're talking about what was at one point very recently the #1 podcast in...
the world, I think.
Wow. Okay, I was going to say America.
America.
Damn, girl.
Beat Joe Rogan.
That's right.
Not bad.
Joseph Rogan himself. So you work on a show that was a very, very popular show that was at least at one time the most popular podcast in the world. How do we fix this thing?
Yeah. What are we doing wrong over here?
I mean, more telepathy, I guess.
Okay, JD, number between 1 and 10. All right, you locked in on me? Let's say it. 1, 2, 3,
7.
6.
Oh!
Very close.
So close.
Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3,
6.
4.
Oh,
Fuck.
He's just trying so hard.
Okay, well,
Sad.
we'll work on the telepathy. Do you guys want to warm up with some questions that were sent in, some by P-Hounds, some by Instagram followers?
Are they the passion hounds this episode?
That's right. Nice. They are the passion hounds. Mikey D asks, sleeping in separate beds, is this good? We may have talked about this before, but certainly not with our better halves on the show. And also, this sparked my interest because we are currently sleeping in separate beds as we speak.
Wow.
Oh.
We are in my parents' place in Florida. There was a bed, a regular queen-size human bed that we were supposed to be sleeping in. And mattress was lumpy, I have to say it. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I don't know what you did there. I don't know where you purchased that thing.
Wow.
But I don't know if it was a Casper.
Oh.
Or what kind of box that mattress fell out of. Hey, do you think it's because we're insulting potential sponsors? Is that why the show's not doing well?
Yeah. Maybe not name drop Casper.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Sealy, they don't advertise on podcasts.
Get out of here, Sealy.
So there's another room that has 2 separate twin beds in it for when my nephews come to visit. Now, they can be pushed together, but there's still a hole in the middle. So we are sleeping in separate beds.
Right.
And it is a delight, right?
I mean, it's a delight in the same way as like sleeping in a king bed is a delight, because you just go to your separate corners of the bed. And I mean, but what's different about this one is like when we cuddle, I'll say I am the one who is always getting shoved in the crack.
Right.
I am invited into Matt's tiny bed, and often, shoved in the crack between the two mattresses. But I mean, it is nice being able to have, like, you know,
Your space.
Your space. Your space.
Yeah.
No, when you say you're allowed to come over to my side to cuddle, you have to explain what that is to JD. He doesn't know what cuddling is.
No. Please teach him the
Yeah,
way.
it's this thing when two people, you know, they like a spoon or hug or hold hands when you go to
When a
bed.
mommy and daddy love each other,
Yes.
enough.
Yes.
They are invited to one another's crack.
Right. So, but you get shoved to the crack, is what you're saying. So it sounds like
I get shoved to the crack.
it's getting hot over on that side of the bed, and he is just trying to push you back over to your side of the bed, or your bed, I guess. Is that what's happening?
I think it's I guess I'm not fully invited onto the mattress, just as close to
I
the
see.
crack.
That's right. That's right. As long as you are neath one of the sheets, you are on my side. Because the sheet is bigger than the bed.
Right.
I can't have you fully on my bed.
But this is the same thing. I mean, a different thing now that we're doing, I guess, is we also have 2 duvets and 2 top sheets.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's why they're called duvets, because there's 2 of them.
And are we liking this or no? Like your own duvet.
I'm happy to go back to our normal scenario. I did literally just find out, breaking news just before this podcast started, that our cat did pee on our bed while we were gone. So looking forward to, actually we might need a Casper mattress.
Yeah.
That means
So,
they think
that's
you're
not
lost and
great.
you need to find your way home.
That makes you feel better about it, right?
So what, I'm toucan Samming my way to their piss?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Oh,
They're like,
okay.
they must be
Well, now
lost.
she's
Piss
gonna-
on
she's
the
gonna
bed.
do works.
Gross.
What about you guys? Have you ever recently been in a scenario like in a hotel or something where you've had to sleep in separate beds?
Not recently, no.
He would love this. This would be the best thing for him. I mean,
This would be the best thing for him.
he has.
So why are you depriving him of it, Rachel?
I
We only have-
desperately need cuddles. I need it. So
And I provide them.
no, you don't. You put the dog between
And I
us.
provide them.
Provide them.
The dog is my affection, so it's fine. Until, I mean, get that guy cuddle party going. Train this man. What is it called again?
Cuddle party. It's
That's
a
it?
cuddle
Cuddle
party.
party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you think that I'd rather cuddle a bunch of strange men?
Well, then you'd really be like, okay, fine, I'll cuddle you for sure.
Oh, I
then.
see. It's sort of like boot camp for cuddling, where it's just like, all right, well, this is nothing. Cuddling with my wife is easy now.
It's like being in the on deck circle and swinging with the heavy bat.
Exactly.
You're like, once you got that down, you pick up the regular one. You're like, whoa.
Yeah,
When did I ever think this was so bad?
that's exactly right.
All right, Bry Guy writes in, as a couple, I find we get lazy and complacent. Bry Guy's talking about his wife here. He's a peahen, so I know the couple.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
I met her on a
We did.
live stream hangout once.
Yeah.
On her birthday.
On her birthday. As a couple, I find we get lazy and complacent, comfortable just sitting on the couch watching TV, but I want to do things with her that are more interactive. She doesn't like playing video games with me because I'm too competitive. Are there any board games or card games good for 2 people? What else is there to do? Puzzles? I guess we could have sex, but that seems like a lot of work to do on a regular basis. What are some activities you enjoy doing with your partner at home and also out of the house? Brian, you know that when you send us these, we read them, huh?
But Bry Guy is speaking of sponsors of podcasts, Blue Chew. He was always got some on hand, you know, like
Oh, he's popping those things like Tic Tacs.
yeah. So I mean, a puzzle is kind of fun to do. It's an underrated thing to do, I think, as a couple.
I love 5 Crowns. Frustration Rummy is fun. Well, it's kind of
It's more fun than it
frustrating.
sounds, for sure.
Yeah. Quiddler. I love that game. I ask them all
I
the
bet
time.
you do love a little Quiddler, Rachel. Hey, what about, we know you got, what about out of the house? I guess I'm curious, like, you guys have kids, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of work, JD,
Yes.
early in the morning.
Yes.
Do you feel like you're doing enough outside of the house?
No,
We do nothing.
absolutely
Nothing.
not. We go to the gym. That's it.
That's our new thing.
And
pickleballing together.
Yeah.
don't say don't. No,
I'm sorry. I
you
said
wait
the P
for
word.
them to
I'm
bring it
sorry.
up. It's gonna come
I'm
up
sorry.
anyways. I should have told you the one
No,
rule
I
of
knew the
podcasting. I thought you were a
rule. I knew the
professional.
rule.
The one rule of podcasting is you don't bring up pickleball. They're gonna bring it up anyways.
Yeah.
Then you talk about it twice. But I guess, do either of you have a problem with this? Because maybe you're both like, well, we're totally fine not going out.
I mean, we're sort of both kind of homebody-ish, but I wish we went out a little bit more, but
We're more fine with it now that we have the gym as an outlet. We need a bigger house, though, because we used to enjoy having people over. But now our house is too small to have people over. So it's like we need to fucking do something. Pry guy, I get it.
Yeah.
I fucking get it.
But yeah, I would.
So what would you be doing, JD, if you say you want to go out more? What would be the ideal date night?
Oh, go out for a nice,
I dare you to say pickleball.
play pickleball, of course. No, go out for dinner. I'd like to do with my wife what I did with J.E. Skeets last week, which was basically, go out, have a couple of cocktails, and then go out for a lovely dinner.
Did
that
you
kind
cuddle
of thing.
after?
We did not cuddle. It was
it was-
perfect evening.
It was exactly what we
One more Negroni, though.
Well, yeah, exactly. He was trying hard. But no dice, Skeets.
shit.
No dice.
What about you two?
Well, I don't know. Are you happy with the amount that we go out?
I think that we're pretty socially active. We're both homebodies too, but we also, I think, have a thriving social life. I mean, two of the things that Bri Guy said that he doesn't like to do, we also love to do. We are puzzlers now. We have a puzzle going.
Yeah. Now that we're at my parents and there's actually space in this house,
Okay, yeah.
we're doing a puzzle. At home, there is no place to do a puzzle.
Yeah, if we
don't
had
have puzzle
if
room.
we had the space.
I see people there's puzzling tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a dream to have a puzzling table.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even have a work table, as you know from this podcast. I have the kitchen island that I put my laptop on.
Right. I mean, I think that, you need a puzzle space because it's not something you can do all in one go, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But that also opens a bit of a can of worms. It's like continuing on a series without your partner. You know what I mean? You watch Severance without me? There's like at least eight
I wish
pieces
Severance
added.
was as easy to put together as this 1,000-piece puzzle we're doing. I disagree with you, JD. I love it when I come back to the puzzle and more's done.
Oh.
Because I love puzzling, but then, sorry, I'm not comfortable saying puzzling. It's like I'm looking for a suit for the wedding, and now I'm finding that everywhere, like, I have to go in and ask, do you do men's suiting? Like, when did that happen?
Is that a
it's
thing?
called suiting?
I've never heard of that before.
Men's suit. Oh, like J. Crude, they do men's suiting. Like, I just liked when you could say, y'all got suits here?
Yeah.
Where the tops match the bottoms? But I love going back to the table where the puzzle is and then seeing more done. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, no, thank God I don't have to do the sky.
Wow.
I was dreading the sky.
Wow.
It's all blue.
Do
Okay.
you have card games you play?
We've experimented with
we started playing backgammon actually. We got a backgammon board at home, and he taught me how to play. Still learning
Generous.
every single time.
beating her every time.
Game of Kings.
All right, Jake DM asks, we agree breaking up over text is bad, but if you had to, what's the best text to send? I'll start by saying, I don't think breaking up over text is bad as long as it's like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 dates in. I mean, what would you say, Jill? At what point would you be mad at a man you were dating if you broke up with you over text?
I would say like beyond the 1 month, like
1 month?
That would be like 3 dates, yeah? Right? That would
Oh
be
my
like 3 or 4
God!
dates.
If you love someone, don't play games with them, Jill. Just keep dating them. I mean, I'm glad you did play games, so now it didn't last, and now I found you. But no wonder.
No, like that's the threshold for texting breaking up would be after 1 month. That's unacceptable. You have to do it face to face.
Right.
After 1 month, but even though you've only seen each other 3 times, you have to meet face to face. That's a 4th date.
No, or a phone call. That's true.
So it sounds like someone's trying to get a 4th date in here.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. Back in my day, it was like you broke up over the phone. Like, no, you got to do it face to face. And I would say 3 dates is sort of the minimum. Like, that's the threshold, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but then you get
So like you went out for coffee. You know, that was like, let's say a 90-minute date.
Yeah.
Then you met at the bar.
yes.
And then a week later, you had dinner together.
But those aren't the only interactions you're having with them. You're, texting or calling on the phone. You're continuing to develop the relationship outside of those 3 times you've met.
Right.
Are
At
you?
least
I'm
now.
not. I'm not. Sorry, I actually really disagree with that.
Have you had sex within these 3
Me and
days?
Jill? Well, that's a very personal question.
Obviously not. They're not even married yet.
Yeah, we're sleeping in separate beds.
Yeah.
With a crack between you.
So you're saying if you've had sex, it's at least a phone call.
I don't know. I blew
So what if
many
it's a
people
one-night
off.
stand? What if it's a one-night stand then?
Yeah.
Then there's no call. There's no breaking
But
up.
that's
Then
not
you're not
breaking
even
up.
dating. Like, that's the thing. Like, I remember, like, back in the day, it was sort of like, are we even a thing?
Yeah.
You know, like, you could go out for.
What are we?
Yeah, what is this? What are we doing
What do I
here?
even say? Like, I don't have the attention span for that. Like, there'd have to be some depth to really
Yeah.
like go in there deep and explain shit.
Yeah. What? So what's the
What is
question
it-
again?
What is there to explain? That would be my answer. There's nothing to explain.
Right.
Well,
I
it
would
dep-
say you go on one date. Let's say you go on one date, neither of you reaches back out. That's a mutual ghost, totally fine.
Okay.
You go on 1 or 2 dates, and then she writes back and says, "Hey, Matt, I had so much fun. What are you doing next week?" And I don't want to see this person again.
Yeah.
Hi. What do you want this person's name to be?
Derek.
Why would I be Derek? Why would it
Oh,
be Derek?
sorry.
Derek. No, run.
Sarah.
Go with
Sarah. Okay.
I didn't know who I was assigning.
Derek. Yeah.
Dear Derek, dear Derek, you've taught me things about myself that I didn't know. You've awakened feelings that I've always suppressed, but I can't go through with it for my parents would not approve.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey Sarah, I've had so much fun getting to know you and think you're awesome. I'm just not feeling this in a romantic way, but I wish you the best out there. That's it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine.
Peace.
Okay. All right, Jake, you do that. I always, like, in my dating days, my more recent dating days, I hated the call because sometimes I would know, like, okay, it's been 3 dates, I got a call. But then this was the first time we'd ever spoken to each other on the phone. So then I knew as soon as, like, the buzz went off in their pocket and they saw my number on the call display, that they were going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm getting broken up with here.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
You know? But what else? What are you going to do?
I mean, does
Well-
anybody call anyone anymore? Are you sure they wouldn't
No,
be like,
that's-
Are you sure they wouldn't be like, oh shit, he got hit by a car and he needs my help. Like, why is he calling me? Like, it would probably be, oh, Jesus, is he okay?
Asking for help after being hit by a car after 3 dates, that's a bit much, I would say.
Ew, needy.
Talk about ick.
Well, now I'm scared to ask this question to you, Jill. C-Jack's all in. What's the maximum amount of dates before you expect sex?
SEX. Well, I mean, the framing expecting sex, I guess, like.
Oh,
versus-
toxic. Would you agree that's toxic masculinity at work here from C-Jack's all in?
I mean, I do understand. There comes a time where you're like, okay,
What are you
we doing?
smooth down there? What are you, a little Ken doll? What, do you got a dick or not? Bring it out.
I mean, I think the standard 3 dates is like totally fine to be like ask. Okay, what's going on? I think that would be that's reasonable. I would think.
Well, let me ask you this, because I do feel like this question is usually more in a hetero relationship, more posed to the man, like. Because it's assumed you've taken her out for coffee, and then you've taken her out for drinks, now you've taken her out for dinner. Something's got to give here. Like, you're expecting sex.
Right, exactly.
Not per se as an exchange, but for the dinner, but for the three
For
things
the
you've
time
spent
spent.
money on total. But it's interesting because it's not usually framed that way to a woman, or is it in your female sewing circles where you talk about your emotions? Do you have these conversations where, like, women will be like, I don't know what's going on. We've been on 4 dates.
Yeah.
And he hasn't folded me over like a collapsible chair.
He may not know his sexuality yet if you're really getting no vibes. I mean...
Yeah, I don't really think that the reverse is a conversation of, what more do I gotta do for this guy?
Well, let's talk to a real horn dog.
The expectation is, this man would like to have sex as soon as possible, and it's mostly, up to the woman to decide when that happens.
Power dynamic. Well, I was going to say, let's go to real horn dog. Rachel, what do you think? Are you expecting sex after a certain number of dates?
I think it's so particular to the person. I mean, and for me, I would just go for it if I wanted it. And there were odd situations where it was semi-rejected. And I'm like, well, why are we even here? What is the point? Like,
I enjoy your company.
Yeah, you have a brain and your eyes are up here. I don't see what the problem is.
But
there is definitely a threshold for women. I mean, for some women anyways, like, okay, what's happening here? Like, if we're not, like, this guy has not tried to have sex with me. We've been going out for 6 weeks now, and it hasn't even made a move on me yet. Is it a me thing? Like, what's happening over here?
Yeah, that's a real power move where you make the woman feel so insecure that she'll do anything.
That's right.
But JD, let's give our answers here. Telepathy here. Maximum amount of dates before you expect sex. 1, 2, 3,
4.
1. Oh. Can I ask you, is there a delay? Why have you not once answered? I understand we're not saying the same number, but we haven't even said it at the same time yet.
Well, from my perspective, we have said it at the same time.
Oh, okay. That's what I was curious
There is a delay on your end. For me, you're saying 1, 2, 3, and I'm saying it right when you're saying it. You'll see when we play it back.
Okay. How about this time you say it on 2 and I'll say it on 3? Is that going to work?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number between 1 and 10. 1, 2,
7.
3, 5. What'd you say?
Okay.
oh God.
I said 7.
7.
Oh, why? Well, okay.
That was
You keep
really
saying
off.
7. I don't know if that's fair. All right. Let's move
I said
to a
4
little.
last time.
Do a little. Is this good advice? This is a segment we debuted with Trey not too long ago. And actually, one of the questions I asked him in Is This Good Advice? Don't go to bed angry. Is this good advice? I said it's bad advice because I think that sometimes it's totally fine to go to bed angry and kind of let the bad vibes, cool down overnight so you can attack the problem in the morning when you're not as tired and frustrated. But I have to say, everyone jumped down my throat and told me I was crazy and almost like I was harming you. And then Levi, a peahound, wrote in and said, I'm dying for Jill to weigh in on the don't go to bed angry scenario from a few weeks ago. So before we get into the new Is This Good Advice questions, the floor is yours. Do you think that don't go to bed angry is good advice?
I was listening to that episode, and as Matt was, making his stance about it, I just got like that cold sweat feeling of when he goes to bed angry. And I was listening to the silence but interpreted sounds of concern from Trey and JD about this. This scenario. I mean, I respect it.
You respect it as a move, as a power move.
I respect it. I respect that that's the process. I've seen it.
Bit sadist.
I felt it. I've seen its effects. And I think it works for the people who need this to be their process.
Jill, what's your reaction to it though? Like, are you just like, okay, this guy's mad, I'm gonna wait?
I don't go to sleep.
You don't? Yeah, exactly.
It's the fucking silent treatment.
I'm up all night. I'm up all night being like, I hope this cools him down. I hope things get better in the morning. But I'm just up all night like, oh my God.
It's not funny. Why am I?
Because
everyone out there listening is thinking I'm a horrible person.
No.
Can you at least admit that many times I will say to you, okay, go to bed angry. I'm not gonna say angry, but we had a disagreement, and I will say to you, I love you. Let's go to bed. So it's not like the silent treatment. It's not like I'm not talking to you. It's just like, let's just fucking figure this out in the morning.
It'd be
when I'm
different.
Not tired and
it'd be different if you were saying, let's go to bed. Let's pound this out, baby. We'll feel better after. You're just saying, let's go to bed with silent treatment, which is kind of torture.
Hey, as my good friend Bry Guy said, what did he say? I guess we could have sex, but that seems like a lot of work to do on a regular basis.
Maybe you have angry sex. Maybe that's therapeutic.
Yeah, maybe.
It's called makeup, perhaps, but
Not if you have to
okay,
wait.
I guess I'm a monster. I'm a fucking monster.
It's not. Like I said, I do respect it because people deal with things differently, and it's been true, every single time that we can reconvene in the morning or the next day or whenever we have to, and with reflection or less emotion and whatever, it does resolve itself. Does it suck? Yes. Yeah. But
well, as Matt has recently revealed, he has a 5 milligram gummy every night before bed. He says, "You know what, Joe? Let's just agree to disagree, okay? And let's call it now. And I'm going to sleep now, okay? I'm going to sleep." And I'll talk to you in the morning.
15 mg deep.
Exactly. And then it's like,
in bed.
You want to be talking to me when I'm like paranoid? I'm like, I think the cops are outside. Okay, I'm a monster.
No,
I'm a monster. All right, fine.
No, okay. If it makes people feel better, I mean, I am the cause of most of our fights. So I do think it's fair that the solution be given to the person who is, on the other end of the fight.
How
do you know
could you
what I
not
mean?
love someone that's accountable like this? She's very upsetting. All right, moving on to the next one, Rachel. Why don't we start with you on this one? Is this good advice? 100% of the truth? 100% of the time.
I mean, I don't know how to be any other way if it's with people I'm close with. But people acquaintances, that it's irrelevant.
Well, I think we're talking about
but this is love advice.
Love.
I don't know. If I need to start hiding things, then maybe we're not as close as we think we are.
Right.
Okay, well, JD, how does this affect you that every single thought that comes into her head is expelled and you have to react to it?
Yeah, that's my life, man. You just described my life. Every thought that comes into her head.
You know what? You think that, but you don't know half the shit that's going through my head.
Yeah, we're very truthful with one another because it's too difficult not to be, if that makes sense. Does this, am I gaining weight or whatever? Like, you have to be honest, because then when the compliments, then you are sincere as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yes, that outfit, to me, she'll say that cardigan is not working. When you turn around, it looks like a Mack truck backing up to pick up some garbage. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not that honest.
She's pretty honest, guys. She's pretty honest. But, and then it was like, then I know that, okay, well, what about this thing? Does this look okay? It's like, yes. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
So,
like if there's a food critic that writes for your local newspaper and they love everything, you're like, well, what's the point of reading this person? Because I can't trust them if they said they hated something on occasion, it would mean a lot more when they said they liked a restaurant.
Yeah. Rachel, especially with her paintings, there's certain ones that I just do not like, and I'll be like, I do not care for that one. But the ones that I do like, I'm like, I like this one. I love it a lot.
The ones that he dislikes the most are my favorite.
Well, that's sometimes the way, but
see, that's tough.
Honesty,
that's tough.
The truth hurts, I guess.
It's fine.
Hey, we just started doing the greater good, these little mini episodes for the Patreon, patreon.com/isthisgood. I think you just said one that you can do, JD. Art criticism.
Oh.
You could bring out some of Rachel's paintings and tell us which one you liked and which ones you don't like.
Okay. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that.
I mean, I'm already scared, but I don't have to say anything. I'll just sit there.
You should be. You should be. And what are you guys 100% honest with each other?
I'm going to say no. I don't know. What do you say?
I mean, I would say we're pretty honest with each other, but like for me, yeah, if there's something that I'm wearing that I think is cute and Matt doesn't like it, I have been like, don't tell me.
That's true.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, because it depends what you mean by 100% of the truth. Because in this concept of it, it's saying like, if you're thinking it is the truth, so you should be saying it. But so many things that I think in my dumb head are, if you give me 5 seconds, not the truth. Or even a day later, I'm like, why was I so consumed by that? Or why was I even thinking of that? So I like to have a little bit of a filter going here, because I don't know, or I guess at this point in my life, I've gotten better at trusting that not everything I think is true.
Of course.
So sometimes it's better for me to just not say it. And then an hour later, I'll be like, Jesus, so glad I didn't say that, because not only would it have caused a fight or a disagreement, but I don't even really believe it.
Right.
So,
and
I also will say honesty without kindness is cruelty. That's something I read on the internet. So
you're right.
if you're going to be honest, because some people say, hey, just being honest, just being me. But that's also what assholes say.
Yes.
So that's just.
Well, I'm hoping that was implied when we were saying. I mean, we try to be kind. I think timing is a big thing too. It's like, you know what? I'm going to tell her this painting sucks tomorrow when it's not so fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you don't want to go to sleep angry.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
All right, one more of these. Happy wife, happy life. JD, you hear this advice all the time, probably at your wedding and then many times forward. Is this good advice?
Is it good advice? I mean, yeah, it's 100% true.
And what about you? Don't you deserve to be happy?
I do. Then if my wife is happy, I'm happy. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
He's very much
I guess.
taken care of in that department as well. It's not mutually exclusive one way.
What department are we talking about?
Making sure that he's happy husband, happy life too. Like,
oh yeah, okay, good. That's why I say this is bad advice, because I find this is like from a more sexist time when it's like the man doesn't actually care about his wife. So it's like you buy her the vacation to Tahiti. You buy her the new vacuum cleaner she wants because she's staying at home vacuuming, obviously. You take when you want to see the action movie and she wants to see the rom-com, you take her to that, because then you're going off and doing whatever you want on your own. So it's just happy wife, happy life. Yeah. Like it's sort of like shut her up kind of thing.
Yeah.
but maybe it is sometimes when things are really hot, and for me, around a certain time, and I know nobody likes to hear that, but I'm very hormonal pre-period.
Hey.
Second P word.
Yeah.
It's the
Pickleball periods.
pee hounds.
Things burn a lot brighter. And he knows that in a couple of days, they won't burn as bright. So if he just wants me not to get freaky, you're like, yeah. Instead of, please shut the fuck up. Like, happy wife, happy life, certain times. Why not just agree and let me be? Agree and let me be.
Agree and let me be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, sure, if the man is in a hetero relationship thinking happy wife, happy life, and the woman in the relationship is thinking happy, whatever. Happy man, happy husband. Nothing rhymes with husband. We need not even Eminem could rhyme something with husband.
Happy, hubby.
I love my husband. Does him do? I don't know. It's so hard. All right, some quick housekeeping. If you want to support the show, patreon.com/isthisgood. You'll get ad-free episodes. You'll get access to our thriving community on Discord. You'll get an exclusive episode every month. You'll get live stream hangouts. But now you will also be getting the Greater Good episodes. If you want to see this future art criticism, you got to subscribe, because they're not. You're not going to hear them anywhere else. These are little fun things we've already done. Fine, I'll admit it. We've recorded a few of them. We haven't released all of them yet, but we've recorded a few of them.
That's right.
We each bring something to the table that's been on our minds. that we haven't discussed on the show, and we just kind of hash it out, and we throw those in the Patreon feed. So patreon.com/isthisgood, and send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe on YouTube and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Well, I'm very excited for this because it's time for the game show that pits newly married couples against each other with a series of revealing questions to determine how well the spouses know or do not know each other. It's the Newlywed Game!
Hey!
Tonight, we have one couple that's not newly married and one couple that's not married at all, but unlike last year, they are at least now engaged. Woo! All right. Shutting off my game show voice here to offer a stern message. Okay. We fucked this up majorly last time we played. Mm-hmm. And the way that we fucked it up everyone was very confused. Well, I was going to say everyone to shield certain parties. Mm-hmm. Who was answering the questions? I tried to be very explicit this time. Rachel, do we feel like we understand the game?
I almost guarantee I'm going to screw it up. So if you always anticipate I'm going to screw things up, nothing is surprising anymore. Okay. We're good.
Jill, you feel confident?
I feel more confident now, yes.
You got this.
All right. Okay. So for instance, here's the first question. Obviously, if you've never seen the Newlywed Game, I'm going to ask a question. Like, let's just say the question was, what is Jill's favorite movie? Mm-hmm. So I will write down on my card, I'll say Jill's favorite movie is, I don't know, The Shawshank Redemption. And then she's written it on her card, and then we'll turn them over, and if we match, we win a point. But these questions are going to be a little more general. You have to dig a little deeper, right? Yeah. So I'm not asking you, like, I looked online for, like, newlywed questions, and it's like, what's your wife's bra size? You know, like, there's not going to be a definitive answer to these. But is there a definitive answer to your bra size, ladies? Am I right?
Depends on the time of the month, I believe.
You are correct.
Okay, so the first question, this one is for me and JD. Mm-hmm. What is the most likely reason your partner would be sent to jail? Okay, so me and JD are going to write what we think the reason that Jill or Rachel will be sent to jail. Rachel, you're already looking at me.
No, I'm writing.
JD and I are writing the reasons.
I'm still writing the reason down. I'm just writing it for the right person.
Okay, good.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I don't know how to spell this.
Well, then it... Uh-oh.
I'll say as I'm writing... This is a thing that we have argued about many times that you want to do all the time, specifically every time we travel. And I always tell you not to.
Swing.
Okay.
So I think the reason Jill would be in jail is smuggling drugs through an airport. She insists to me. She says, no one is looking for drugs. They're looking for bombs. I say, I don't care. I'm not a citizen of this country. I cannot be involved in this. She says, why are you being such a loser? I say, I'm sorry. But this is my life.
Something he hates that I do sometimes after we go through TSA, I'll be like, phew, they didn't catch all my weed. It's like, can you not say that right now?
All right, Jill, so show us your answer. Did you get smuggling drugs through an airport?
I didn't, but that's probably true. I wrote, chaining myself to a tree or in protest.
That is a good one.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, that is a good one.
That's great. They're both hippie-ish answers. I love it.
Absolutely.
Okay, JD, what's yours?
Okay, mine is assault. Just straight up assault. Because
why? Like, what would happen?
Well, living with Rachel, you don't know who's going to walk through the door, like whatever has happened to her out there in the world, it's going to affect her. And so sometimes she'll come in raging, whether it's road rage or whether it was a run-in with somebody at the gym. It just feels like one of these times she's just going to pop off and just literally punch somebody. So,
do you want my answer?
As a for instance, if you're listening to the show, like the woman that was FaceTiming her with her husband in the locker room, on video, and you were naked in a towel right next to her.
Mm-hmm. If that had happened,
you told her to stop, and
if that had happened this week,
you might have punched her.
the phone would have been slapped out of her hand.
All right, Rachel, what's your answer?
Road. Can you see it?
Road rage,
Yeah.
ending
Road
in
rage
violence.
ends in violence.
Thank you.
Okay, that's good. I'll give it to him. All right.
Nice.
Very good. We have 0, and JD and Rachel have 1 point here. All right, next round. This is for Jill and Rachel. What's the weirdest trait or habit your partner has picked up from you? So again, Jill and Rachel are about to explain what they think the weirdest trait or habit JD or Matt has picked up from them. Okay?
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's weird. It's just the only thing I could think of that he's started doing that I do. So does that count? You can judge whether it's weird.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
I think that counts.
Okay.
If you-
I know I couldn't think of like a weird one either, but there is a habit of mine that he now has
What is it?
acquired.
You want to go first? Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll
Okay.
say okay. Oops. Paper towels.
Oh, fuck.
I use so many. He never used paper towels before.
You're going to
he-
chain yourself to a tree for the
I know.
environment, and yet you use the most paper
so
towels
many
of anyone I've
paper
ever
towels.
seen.
I use so many paper towels, you guys.
She chains herself to the
And
tree
now
to
he
reserve
has-
the tree for the paper
Yes,
towels.
exactly. Exactly.
She loves trees
It's
so
the
much.
last tree.
In a very loud voice, this tree must be protected. In a very low voice, for paper towels.
For my personal use.
To clean my mess.
Okay, well, we're still not on the board because I wrote talking like a baby.
Yeah.
She's like, somehow I'm saying things like she says like, she goes swimming, like there's a public pool by her house. She calls it swimmies. So like
Yes.
I'll also be like, oh, did you go swimmies? I don't even talk like like in a baby voice. I'm just like, oh, you're going to do walkies? Oh, you're doing swimmies?
Yeah.
God,
So
I can't even believe I'm admitting this on the show.
I know.
You should apologize.
I love
I
it.
do have a very weird, idiosyncratic way of speaking that even my friends now, like podcasts is potties, swimming
it.
is swimmies.
That's
I
cute.
mean, it's
Hey,
it's my
you love my friendly Ellis. He ends every word in the same way.
Absolutely.
All right, Rachel, what's the annoying or weird habit? Or I
Again,
didn't say annoying at all. Sorry, the weirdest trait or habit that JD has picked up from you.
I'm sorry. It's not weird. It's
Retinol application.
I couldn't think of anything. You now use retinol on your face.
Why don't you just reveal all my secrets?
You're beautiful.
I thought
Corbin.
that was natural, JD.
Yeah, no, it's burning off this dead skin. Yeah, no, the truth is that I also picked something that is grooming related.
Oh.
And I just literally picked the latest thing, which is brushing your teeth first thing in the morning before you eat anything. This is her new thing. It's like, don't get up and eat breakfast and then brush your teeth. Brush your teeth first so your breakfast tastes like shit, and because it's going to stain your teeth less. So it's just something that I picked up. I mean, I picked up so many weird things over the years,
welcome.
but this was just the latest.
I almost wrote that down because I'm like, he must have picked that up by now.
Yeah.
This feels like some, and I didn't. Oh!
So close. So close.
But wait, why would it stain your teeth less? Like, you brush your teeth, then you have coffee. Doesn't the coffee stay on your teeth, and then you're not brushing it off after?
No, apparently not. Well, go ahead, Rachel. She saw a TikTok. Or
It
something.
wasn't a TikTok. Something about,
After
okay,
TikTok.
this is totally, I'm just embarrassing myself now. Why do you need an explanation?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Just so you know. I don't care how many times you brush your teeth before you eat breakfast, Jill, which you don't. But even if you did, I wouldn't do it.
I don't think I.
You know, first of all, just to get you to brush your teeth is a
No,
is a
that
win.
is not true. I have great oral hygiene.
Yeah.
Do I have also many cavities? Yes, but that's genetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
you gotta
less
floss.
acid. There's like the acid after you eat, from the coffee and stuff is breaking down the enamel in your teeth. That's why you don't brush on it.
That seems like just the prime time.
You sound
to
like
brush
the
your
one
teeth.
dentist that never agrees with the other dentists.
I have no idea, but I like it because I feel like my teeth are whiter. So
You are susceptible to advice, unsolicited advice. Like one time, somebody went on a big jag about niacin. Have niacin. It's so good for you. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to have some
That was
niacin.
so bad.
Fucking 2,000 milligrams of niacin she just took because, well, some random guy said niacin would be good for me. She was in the ER. Like, I got a call and she's completely covered in a rash because of niacin.
You know what? Listen.
Rachel.
Okay.
I'm surprised. Okay. Yes or no question. Did you or did you not take ivermectin during the pandemic?
No, I didn't. Niacin is a vitamin, okay? And I think it might have been a coworker who told me.
No, it was Alan Manette, but anyways.
Oh, so it was a friend of the family. Anyway, so I took it. You buy it at the CVS. I took one tablet.
Yeah, they sell bleach at the CVS too. You can't drink that, Rachel.
I don't think you took one.
I did. I only took one.
Okay.
And it was just a little tiny vitamin.
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately, from head to toe,
It goes by the size of the vitamin. How bad could it be?
from head to toe, my flesh turned red and I felt like I was burning from the inside out.
God.
But because some people have allergic reactions to it, I think. And
Oh, you think?
Oh, wow. That's interesting. It's almost as if they say before starting a course of a new medication or drug, you should check with your doctor first to see if you're allergic or any of your other medications conflict with it. But
I wasn't on any meds. So
live and learn.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the only live and learn was specifically for niacin. She still will take anything else you tell her.
That's right.
anyway, thanks for
Next
that.
question. JD, this is for us.
Okay.
If your spouse could go back to school to study anything, what would they study? So again, this is me and JD saying what we think Jill or Rachel would study. Now this one, Jill has said to me before, so unless she was lying to me, I'm hoping we get this.
No, okay. I think,
Oh, no, we fucked
not
up
sure.
already. Okay, great.
I was going to say that, but then I changed my mind.
Well, why did you fucking do that?
No, I mean, this was my process before we started the show.
Okay, well, my answer is journalism. Is that
I know.
not? Well, why do you tell me anything? Why do I listen to you?
Well, mine was criminology.
Okay.
Because, I know. But I know.
You literally were just telling me that you want to go back to school for journalism. And I remember because
And
I
that's
said,
true.
journalism? Do you know what year it is?
Yeah. Well, criminology is good. I mean, you like the true crime, right? Like,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I thought that. I mean, I knew he was going to say journalism, but I was
That's
just like,
when you write it.
that's
I'm
the
gonna-
game.
That's the game.
You see this obstinance I'm dealing with here?
Wow.
All right, JD, your
It's all
turn.
right. Well, I'm keeping it simple. Alluded it to.
Wait, stop. I had to make it legible, and I don't want you to think I'm cheating. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I alluded to it before. Rachel likes to paint. I think she'd be going back to school
Oh,
for
shit, I
art.
should have waited. No.
Not art?
Not art?
Okay. All right. What are you taking? I'm back at school.
I will go back and finish my philosophy degree at U of T.
Oh God. Fucking right next
you
to
know
the
what year it is?
journalism building.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Fucking didn't know we invited Renee Descartes on the show. Okay. Well, Jill, I guess technically if we don't get this one, we lose.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
Rachel.
my fault.
Okay, so Rachel and, I wrote Rachel and JD, but I meant Rachel and Jill. Hopefully that didn't screw you up, Jill. What thing, am I doing the right question here? Yes. What thing are you most likely to argue about? Or what thing are you and your partner most likely to argue about? So again, this is Jill and Rachel saying, this question is basically, if you got into an argument, what's it most likely about?
Okay.
I'm just thinking, how do I distill this?
Now this is we are in the PMS zone here, so this could be causing a fight. I just want you to know.
What your answer could be causing a fight?
Yeah.
It could end in violence where I go to jail.
Yeah. Okay.
Finally, some electricity.
Okay, so
All right, JD, why don't you go first since you're ahead?
okay. It will be me not being compassionate to Rachel. The
Shit.
fight might not start like that, but it's definitely going to inflame it to the next
Yeah, you didn't
level.
spell that right.
What did I come Oh, and
two S's.
there's 2 S's in compassionate. Okay. Well, this is going to
Rachel-
end badly, obviously.
Okay, to be honest, Rachel, you were actually supposed to go, but it doesn't really
Oh, my
matter
bad,
because
my
it's
bad, my
a fight. There's 2 parties to a fight. It's communal. But Rachel, what was your answer?
Scheduling.
I'm a planner. He likes to fly by the seat of his pants, and if I think of doing something, I do it then because I know I'll forget. And I'll be like, okay, you gonna do this? Yep. Like, and it won't get done because he. So, and that makes me cuckoo.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
All right.
Well, good news, babe. We're still in it.
Okay.
So,
Oh my god, I was nervous.
you go.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to. I'm like, okay, there's so many things around this. How specific or general do I get? But mine is, cleaning habits.
Oh.
And I'll say it's like my cleaning habits not aligning with his expectation of cleanliness.
Gotcha.
We're back, babe.
Hey!
dang, we need a tiebreaker.
Cleanliness, towels. Now,
Yeah,
towels.
towels.
I'm not saying paper towels.
Okay.
That was a
Towels.
separate thing.
Yeah.
The way that cleanliness and towels interact is we have a lot of arguments about what towels are used for. So, for instance, hanging over the handle for the oven, like many people.
You've
there is,
complained
like,
about this before on the show.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's one that is a towel that you use to dry your hands after you've wash them in the kitchen sink, and there's a towel to dry the dishes. For her, the towels could be for scrubbing a stain out of the counter. They could be for she's cooking and she's got grease on her hands, wiping that off,
Right.
and it doesn't matter. So I don't know what's on this towel anymore. I have no confidence that it's clean, but that's how towels relates to cleanliness. We're back, baby. There is a tiebreaker, Rachel.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Have we been made aware of it?
Yeah, I think
Or
it
it's
is.
a secret?
Yeah,
Oh, shit. Okay.
I think I sent it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't
JD,
read
can
the
you confirm?
docs. So
Oh, okay. Okay, the only problem is I don't have another piece of paper to write this answer on, but I'll do my best. Okay, here we go. So, JD, we'll start this one.
okay.
What inside joke, word, or phrase do you say to each other most often?
Now this is
This is a tough one.
I know this one is so hard.
This is really
There's so
hard.
many.
this is me.
Okay.
I'm answering what Rachel's gonna say.
Yes.
I think I've screwed this up because I have an answer that's more confusing. Anyway,
Well, mine's confusing too.
Okay.
So
maybe it's aligned.
Maybe you can confuse each other to victory.
okay. So
Okay. Okay.
go ahead. Go
It's
ahead.
also hard because they change, like, something new will pop up and then we're saying that for weeks or months and then something new will pop up.
I mean, there's so many, but there's one that all right, whatever. I'll just explain mine because there's one that I think you might guess, but this one is, if you really think about it, and you might not have thought about it, we say this to each other multiple times a day, every day for months.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
Like, is it new?
No, it's not new.
okay.
It's not new. So we had a dog. It was Jill's dog.
Yeah.
And this dog has
Yeah.
since passed, but he was the most, like, the least, no offense, the least interesting dog ever, right? Like, you know how everyone's always like, oh, my dog is so crazy. He's doing all these crazy things. So the dog, like, if the dog would, like, jump up on the couch, I would be like, whoa, this guy's crazy. Like, he wouldn't, like, he doesn't like to be pet. Like, he just would sit there and that's it. So if he did literally anything, I would very sarcastically say, the dog's name was Butch. I was like, Butch is the craziest guy I know. Like, if he would do literally anything. And then that sort of morphed into just calling everything crazy, but in the most deadpan way, like you don't even mean it. So it's like, let me give you an example of how we will say it at least once a day. We're sitting on the couch, we're watching a TV show. The TV show ends, the credits pop up, and you're both sitting on the couch. There's usually like silence still because you were watching something.
Mm-hmm.
So the show will end, the credits will pop up, beat, and then I'll just look at her and I'll go, crazy. And I swear I say it to you and you say it to me multiple times a day. So my answer is crazy and I can already tell you did not answer that.
I didn't, but that is the correct answer.
Okay.
Oh my God, she admitted, which is, I bet what she put.
It is one of the ones I put. Like, yeah, all the time. We're like, that guy's crazier than Butch. Even if it's just like, he didn't use the sidewalk or something. We're like, that guy's crazier than Butch. He's doing such crazy things. Okay, mine was, I think you should leave, and more specifically, the Paul Bufano sketch where I feel like I say this all the time. It's the references, like, the weird jazz references that the guy is saying that no one else in the room knows. And like Matt, and I just think that everyone else around me has such a deeper well of references and cultural knowledge than I do. And so I feel like I'm trapped in that sketch all the time. And all the time I feel like I say that all the time. But it is the correct answer that we say crazier than Butch all the time.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, oh my God, she admitted, because we've been saying that,
I know,
or you've been saying, oh my God, he admitted. Like if any of us admits we were wrong, like in any way,
it.
shows any weakness in any way, we go, oh my God, she admitted. All right, JD, what is your answer?
Okay, well, it's there's not a specific one, but it's literally any song that Rachel is singing, I will join in and finish every song. Like, if she's doing, like, Backstreet Boys in the kitchen, just humming absentmindedly, I will join in. Doesn't matter the song. Doesn't matter what's happening. We could be in the middle of a big fight. We are singing Backstreet Boys or any other song.
Because I want it
That way. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey!
Yay! Finishing songs I'm singing. Wow, Rachel, if you're just listening, Rachel had the same answer, but she doesn't like to say what her answer is.
Sorry.
It's just,
You said it for me.
It's an audio medium.
Hey, can I say something? It's 1-1, baby. We won last year. You won this year.
Oh,
Hey.
dang.
That means next year there is a lot riding on this.
All right. That's exciting.
And we'll actually be married, so it'll be truly weds.
Shit. Yeah. And you guys will finally have sex so we can talk about that.
Yeah. The first half of the show will be all about that.
What's it like? All right, well, there's only one thing left to do, and that's play subjective trivia. Subjective trivia, it's just like regular trivia, except only I know the answer. Mm-hmm. Today's question is, what is the best of these bad food-related pet names? Pet names as in couple, names that couples call each other. Sugar plum, honey bun, cupcake, love muffin, sweetie pie.
Okay.
So I want you to give you what I consider to be the only really acceptable one out of these. Sugar plum, honey bun, cupcake, love muffin, sweetie pie.
Okay. Jill is in on this
Jill
too.
Does not know the
she
answer.
does not know the answer.
I don't know the answer. I mean, my first reaction is because it sounds the most like something someone would say, like a normal kind of, like sweetie or honey would be honey bun. It sounds the most natural and cute, but also not too cutesy.
Right.
So that would be my first instinct.
Right.
Sugar plum feels like an absolute not.
Right. So sorry, he does not call you any of these, Jill.
No.
What was the last one?
Jesus.
He calls me babe.
Right.
Sweetie pie.
Sweetie pie. Wait, there's only 4.
Yeah, I'm a babe guy. I'm an unavowed babe guy. I'm sorry.
Did I miss one or is
Okay.
it 4?
No, this.
Sugar plum,
Yeah.
honey bun, cupcake, love muffin.
Love muffin's what I
Sweetie
missed.
pie.
Okay.
Okay, let's get rid
Sorry,
of Love
no.
Muffin right
Yeah.
away.
Blech.
I would say get rid of love muffin. I would say no sugar plum.
No cupcake.
It's too mouthy almost.
Yeah.
Sugar plum. It doesn't
Yep.
have a good mouth.
My
feel.
instinct is honey bun as well.
Mother.
But what's
Yeah,
yours?
I say honey bun.
Okay.
What's
well,
yours, Jace?
I think I'm with you, honey bun. Unless you were going
Or sweetie pie.
Sweetie pie, I like because it's almost hilariously it's over the top, but it still feels sincere in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, not like a love muffin. But honey bun is up there too.
Yeah,
But
because then you could say honey bun buns.
Yeah. I know, sweetie pie or honey bun.
yeah, I sometimes call you sweet sugar pop. But
Didn't make the list.
didn't make the list. Anyway, you
gonna
guys
go
were
with
leaning honey bun, so I'm happy
Yeah.
to go honey bun.
How you feeling it, Jill? You feeling it? That was my instinct as soon as I heard it, but that doesn't mean it's correct.
I know, me too.
Well, we're going into Valentine's Day as winners. The answer is honey bun.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess.
Hey. Crazy.
This was a crazy episode.
Oh God, this was crazy. Rachel and Jill. Well, Rachel, we know where people can find you. Let's be honest, they could find you right here.
Yep.
On the Great
That's it.
Beyond. Jill, do you want people to know where? No, you don't want people to know where to find you. Okay.
Well, what's the name of the
think you asked me
podcast
last
again?
year.
The
The podcast.
They doesn't need a plug from us. What are you talking about? It's like an indie artist going on stage and being like, "Hey, you guys should check out Taylor Swift." All right, we don't need it. We don't need it. But go ahead.
The telepathy tapes.
Now she's bragging.
Brag, baby, brag.
right.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah, you have heard of that.
I-
All right, support the show. Patreon.com/isthisgood. Don't support the telepathy tapes. They don't need it. Well, I mean, she needs to get paid, but I mean, they're doing fine. Patreon.com/isthisgood. And as a reminder, you will be getting these Greater Good episodes. Okay.
I've already got
so
my
speak.
next one ready to go. It's in the can. Like,
It's in the can.
well, it's not
baby.
in the can, but we have to record it.
Well, it's out of the can.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the.
We're
can.
gonna have a backlog.
It's in the hopper. It's in the hopper.
It's in the hopper.
It's gonna go in the can.
in the hopper.
All right, JD. Just before we go here, number between 1 and 10. 3, 2, 1,
4.
7. All right, well, that's why we're not married. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Rachel and Jill for coming on. Thanks in advance for leaving a 5-star review. For everyone, I'm Matt Austin, and this was good. Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there.
I can't do it. There we go.